How's the audio quality now? Can you hear me any better? My earbud microphone is glitching out, so I disconnected the earbuds. I don't know if that worked. All right, we're good to go. Okay, sweet. All right, sorry about that. So today, starting off, we are beginning with I am packaging up an order that I just made another sale. So I'm packaging this up really quickly. The goal today is just to finish doing some of the organizing in here, maybe get some of the figures done. I'm not sure. The pack that I sold today, someone bought a combo. They combined two of the things I was selling to get a couple dollars off, and I'm selling a pack of Stealth Ops Troopers and then also a pack of Phase 1 501st. So they just combined those, and it's a pretty substantial lot. It is 13 figures in all, so not too bad, not too bad. And it's actually a repeat customer. They bought something from me before, so yeah, always happy to have those repeat customers. You know, keep the business going. So you know, all of this, selling this stuff, it just funds me buying more stuff. So just need to finish writing this out. And then I wanted your guys' opinions. How much money did I get? So combined for both of these packs, I got just under $40, which is not bad. Not bad considering they're all customs. Like, none of them are official, and they're not like Clone Army customs either. So, you know, it's like a low enough price that it was still a good deal, but that's how I draw people in. You know, I'm a new shop. I charge not too much money, and then yeah. So, all right. See, I feel like, and some of these figures, this one's really nice. I really like the detail on this one. I know he has a name, but I cannot remember for the life of me. So, because the average one just looks like this, there's like a lot of those guys in the pack, so to have one that looks a little bit different is really cool. So yeah, I'm excited because the shop is finally picking up pace. There's some more traffic back and forth. My stuff is getting noticed. So the cloth, actually is two other ones that have the cloth as well. So yeah, it's a good pack. It's a good pack. All right. I am throwing in some extra accessories as well for the support, all the support. This will make over $50 that this customer has spent on my stuff. So throw in a little bit of extra stuff. Just gotta, you know, when I'm starting out as a small business, I have to share just a lot of, you know, love back and forth with them. So definitely just trying to keep everyone happy. The question is, this is the order. Can I safely ship that in this, or do I need to put it in a box? Because it'll fit, but I don't know if it's too big. I don't think it is, because I can also flatten it out a little bit. I feel like it should ship in that, but I'm not entirely sure. And the customer pays for shipping, which means all of the money I am actually pocketing, which is always very nice. So I'm not sure. It feels pretty safe to me. Like, honestly, I feel like there's not too much that could happen. Okay. If not, I have an extra box I can throw that in. Or this one, I guess I could always retape because it's a little bit bigger and just cover over the old label. But you think I should do a box? Probably. The box, you know, the box is definitely more to ship, but let's see. Pull the label off this box because I'm not sure. I do know they pay for shipping, but I don't know if, because I had it labeled as a small package, because the problem is initially, I labeled it because each pack by themselves does fit in a small package, but they ordered 2 of them. So I'm not sure if they're paying double the price in shipping, or if they're still only paying enough to support a small package and I'm going to have to take out some money for shipping. I'm not really sure how that works. I've never had someone do a double order before. So I guess we'll see how much money I make. I assume I'll probably make... They probably pay for all of it. They probably pay either way. So, alright, got the label off of that. The box is still in perfect condition. Throw that in there. Now, the hope is, because I'm going to keep posting stuff like this, the hope is that the customer keeps coming back and buying more. Let me see here. So, I'm going to cover this up. Let's set this aside for now. Worry about that. Keep this package for another order. Alright, so the table has been mostly cleaned off, which is nice. Still have a little bit of, just a little pile of things to sort, but nothing too crazy. The main problem is that it's a mess down here and all this stuff. Let's see. Yeah, that's a bomb wreck down there. So, also just an update. So I added some more listings to the shop. So currently everything that I have up for sale is this stuff. That's everything that I have up for sale already. It's a lot of stuff. I've got some cool. I've got like a Purge Troopers and Inquisitors. I've got this official Omega figure. I've got a Lord of the Rings pack. There's like anime stuff. There's a lot of cool stuff in here. There's clones that lots of clones. And I still have an entire box of customs to list. So I'm good to go before I need to buy stock again. I don't know. We'll see. I've got a good place to get some stock for a little bit until he runs out. Got a guy who can sell me stuff cheap. So yeah, this desk was crazy. Luckily enough I was able to clear it off, but it initially, it was so bad I could barely see the actual desk through all the Legos and everything. So I'm so glad that it's looking cleaned up now. I still have, now it's all kind of neat and sorted out, but I do have this bin right here of stuff that I have to sort into here, into these dividers. But other than that, the desk is actually not too bad now, especially compared to what it was. But this is the problem. It's all that mess down there. So we're gonna have to figure all that out eventually. Yeah, I don't know. Not really sure exactly where I wanted to go with this stream. I figured I'd just kind of do it on the fly, see what you guys wanted to see. Yeah, haven't done one in a couple of days, not a Lego one. I did that short one in my car a little bit back, but that might have been yesterday, honestly. All the days are blurring together. So yeah, honestly, I figured I'd just jump on and see what you guys wanted to do. It's been a crazy weekend. So I really wasn't exactly... What's up, man? Happy to see you. Happy to see you. Yeah. Speaking of tsunami, we had the most insane thunderstorm last night. And things got a little crazy. There was a lot of flooding. And this morning, going into church, and the place is flooded. The building is flooded. And we were all using mops and shop vacs to try and clean it up. It was insane, the amount of flooding that's going on around here. So we got lucky. There wasn't too much damage for the church or for anyone's homes, for the people that I know, luckily enough. But yeah, things got a little crazy. So... all right. Oh boy. So, eventually, I'm tornado. We were kind of worried of a tornado at first. We were a little worried. All right, so I'm gonna do this a little bit different. I'm gonna show you guys the different stuff that I'm looking at and whatnot, if I can figure out this frickin' tripod. Factory reset. Oh dang. Okay. All right, man. I'll see you when you get back. In the meantime, I'm going to, don't mind me, I'm just going to switch the camera angle real quick because I would love to show you guys kind of what I'm working on. The one downfall to this tripod is it does not have a way to just, or maybe it does. I don't think so. No, because that can't bend down. So yeah, there's a problem. Okay. There we go. Look at that. We're figuring things out. Okay. So in here, I have all these figures. And I'm going to get a display case that's going to go back on, it's going to go on one of my walls. It's going to be able to display figures. And the hope is that I'll be able to pull a lot of these figures out of here because I feel bad because some of these are like these are good figures. These aren't like cheap, you know, generic figures that you've got 20 of. Like these are actual named characters that are just kind of sitting here. And I've got them all sorted out by type of character. So like different variants and whatnot. You've got just like all sorts of stuff in here. So I'd love to actually get these up on display. Originally I was going to move my clones off of the display they're in right now and into that new case when I get it. But I actually really like where my clones are at. And I think I would rather leave them where they're at so that I have room to display figures that have never been displayed before because they're currently on a display. Like they don't need a new display. So yeah, there's a lot of different figures in here. This is strictly Star Wars in this bin. So it's like, it's just really, because I do have more Star Wars figures out there, but this is all the stuff I kind of don't really mess with as much. Stuff for like, definitely, I mean, I've got a whole thing for Mandalorians right here. Just all different kinds of Mandalorians. And then over here, we have sort of Imperials and I think, yeah, this is just Imperials in here. So lots of really cool stuff in here. So yeah, you know, these are the types of guys that like this. Like this figure is such a nice looking figure. I would love to have him displayed somewhere. But, you know, where I am right now, I just don't have anywhere to display them. I've spent a lot of time purchasing these figures and building them up from different sets and whatnot, all that kind of stuff. So I would love to be able to put them somewhere. The thing about the case that's amazing is that it does have UV ray protection, so the sunlight can't damage the figures, which is a definite plus. The initial thought was that I would put all the clone troopers in there to keep the armor from getting yellowed, but they seem to be doing okay where they're at right now, and I'll probably end up getting more than one, or I'll just buy a really big one. But I think first priority is getting these guys out of a bin and actually somewhere where they can be displayed and people can admire the collection. So I'm going to go through here and kind of take inventory and see what I have. Kellen, what is up? Welcome in. Welcome in. All right, so Wookiees, we've got Snow, Chewbacca, got Tarful, and then normal Chewbacca. All right, that works. The Jedi bin is pretty full. And the cool thing is I actually have a display case out there with a couple figures. Like, it's not a big case. It's the brand Lego ones, and I have like 2.5 because there's a half size. So they don't hold a lot. Let's see, we got Luke. We have Ahsoka from the Ahsoka show. We've got Attack of the Clones Obi-Wan. Very nice. Like an older one. And then this is actually, so this is the really old Padawan Obi-Wan from the Naboo Starfighter from, like, I think that was 2013-ish. We got 2 different Anakins. What is the difference? Let's see. This one's battle damaged. So this would be Battle of Mustafar. Whereas this is from the Ahsoka Starfighter. We've got the Ahsoka from said Ahsoka Starfighter. Whatever the heck this kid's name is. Is that Migs? I don't know. Barriss Offee, Rey, Ki-Adi-Mundi. I think these are these have to be the right arms. They're color coded to the undershirt. Yeah, okay. Hoth, Luke Skywalker, and then this Plo Koon. I thought they did an amazing job with him. I thought he was beautiful. Just really well done, like the mold, the printing, all of it. Yeah, me too, man. Me too. It's crazy. I have so much Star Wars stuff. It's like, let's see, First Order. Pretty dry First Order collection. I don't really care for the First Order. I have some of the figures just to say I have them. I'm not opposed to getting more of them, but I don't really care to spend that much money on them. It's more of like a, you know, let's say someone throws it into a deal. It is what it is. I'm not going to complain. It's Lego figures, but at the end of the day, not really worth anything in my mind. Unless it's something like, I really like the First Order Flame Trooper. I used to have one, and then I traded it away, sadly, so. Let's see, how many Rebels do I have? Okay. There we go. Okay, we've got the... Wait, no, we've got an extra one. Okay, I thought I had an extra one. So we got one more. I think this is... The set only came with these 3, right? I don't know. I don't know if I got an extra one or if this one was always in the set. Let's see. This guy, I can never remember his name. I know he has one, but yeah, this is what it is. Random Hoth Rebel. First Order Maniac. Okay, well, what's your favorite First Order type, like soldier? What variant is your favorite? It's the guy from Rogue One. We have this Cassian Andor from the U-Wing, the new U-Wing, which was amazing. I thought this was such a well put together figure. And then we have Princess Leia, so a classic Rebel right there. The Sith, so this is not actually that impressive of a Sith container because all of my best Sith are actually out in the other display case, except for, I'm not sure why this Darth Vader isn't out there right now. I feel like he was and I replaced him because I have an older Darth Vader, older, but still one of the new ones. And this one's very recent. It's got like all the arm printing and all that kind of crap, and the head's different now. So he was in the display case. I think I swapped him out for someone. I've got Dev. I've got Kylo Ren, and then, dude, I cannot remember this guy. I cannot remember what his name is. But he's really cool. He's got the twin purple lightsabers. But yeah, where is he? There he is. This Kylo Ren is from the original Maz's Castle set, which I got years and years ago. And I got rid of everything else from that set except for this Kylo Ren. So somehow I've held on to him. So you can see he's kind of, you know, his paint job isn't the best around the helmet. Taking a little bit of damage over the years. But I still have him. He's still there. Droid-wise, not doing too bad for like Astromechs and whatnot. I've got BB-8. This is just 2 of the R2-D2s. I think I've got at least one more out there somewhere. And then I've got, is this R4 or R5? I cannot remember. And then Ahsoka's droid. Actually, that might be, it's R4 for Obi-Wan's. I know that. It is old. It's very old. I remember getting that set. I was so little. I had very few Legos, and I thought the Kylo Ren lightsaber blade was the coolest thing ever because, I mean, it's still really cool, but when you have almost no Lego, getting something like that is like just a complete treasure trove, man. That set, as bad as it was, it had so many cool things about it for someone who didn't have any Lego. Let's see, I've got Ugnaught. Whatever the heck this guy's name is. You'd think I'd remember more of these guys' names, like just the random people, but As time passes, I just forget more and more. I feel like his name starts with an M. I used to know it. So I got this one used, and then you can kind of see the body is yellowing just very slightly. The camera actually makes it look a little worse than it is. So he's in decent condition, and this is one of my favorite figures. I remember my cousin pulled a classic, Fortnite invented that. He totally thought that was a Fortnite character before it was a Star Wars character, which for me was like, yeah, he used to be into Star Wars, and then he just stopped watching them, and he kind of just fell off, and immediately he immediately thought like other franchises were just better than Star Wars, just because. So I don't know what happened to him, but yeah, Geonosians. Very. I just remembered I had these today. I totally forgot that these guys were in my collection. So, and then I've got these two oddballs from the Jabba's Palace, the more recent Jabba's Palace set. So that's cool. Who's in here? So I've got young Boba Fett by himself. I didn't know what box to put him in. I don't know. I'm not really as worried about sorting this detailed right now because I plan on displaying most of them. So this is all my like walking droids, protocol droids, that kind of stuff. Any droid who has legs. And so, oh, that's a good one, the red one. All right, we've got quite a couple small ones in here. So we actually, to start off with the smallest ones. We have two different variants of BD-1, and we actually have Cad Bane's droid Toto. So these three are awesome. I think these both have to be official, right? Otherwise, I don't feel like I would have put them in here. Oh, the red one might not actually be official. I'm not sure. I will double check the authenticity of the red one later, but I know for a fact these two are official. Is this one actually the blue one came in the advent calendar. I have the head for IG 11, and I'm not sure where the rest of them is. Have to find that at some point. I've got a spy droid, two pit droids, including a Christmas pit droid. I have K2SO from the recent U-Wing, which is a great figure. This is the most recent addition to my droids, is the Huyang. I just ordered him like a week ago. Very happy with this figure. Huyang is by far, well, I don't know, because there's a lot of good droids, but I feel like I have to say he's my favorite. He's just so cool. So yeah, I've got two different 3POs. I love the detail on this one. Like, I know it's the evil 3PO, which already just makes it cool, but even without like the special headpiece, this figure, just the detail compared to this one, because this one's a little bit older. This one's from the Rise of Skywalker Millennium Falcon. So Spy Droid's Cursed. You don't know Cursed. Wait till you see this next one. I have had this droid pretty much since like within my first year of collecting Lego. So I've had this droid for 10 years now, I think. And he's taken some damage, but I custom designed him. I took a red protocol droid head and I put it on a monster body, and I made it a very muscular droid. I wanted a ripped droid. So don't you know, this one definitely takes the cake for cursed droids, I would say. And yeah, I've literally had this guy in my collection for 10 years now. This is an OG. Like, I grew up with this droid. So that's, yeah. That's what an 8-year-old's brain will do. And then over here I've got like random crap bounty hunters and kind of just thieves and that kind of thing. I've got like the Raiders. I threw Lando in here because this is the version of Lando that like he's not working with the Rebellion or the Resistance. I guess they're the Resistance at this point. So this is kind of when he's back on his own. So I threw him in there. He was kind of a you know, definitely more shady guy anyway. And then my personal favorite, which is Cad Bane, who is maybe the best bounty hunter. If not, he's definitely in the top 5. Like, Cad Bane is just He's amazing. I love Cad Bane. Got just different pilots. I've got 2 different Lukes. Yeah, only 2. I've got these guys, these 2 random Rebel pilots. These ones probably have names, like some of the classic names. I just don't know which one is which. So I'm not sure. You know, because I can name a lot of the, or at least some of the old X-Wing pilots from the original movie, but I don't know who is who. And then I've got Poe and a random Resistance one. This helmet has seen better days. I used to have like 2 or 3 of these. This one's getting yellowed and stuff. And then all the paint is scratching off. So I wouldn't mind seeing if I could find at least a replacement helmet for this figure. This is all of my, like, just random brick-built droids, right? It's just all that kind of stuff. Same basic stuff. Christmas mouse droid, which I found funny. Love it. It's like Janitor Gonk droid, that kind of stuff, right? So, everything like that. And then I've got super battle droids, normal battle droids. There's a commando droid in there. All right, man. Well, thanks for tuning in. Peace out. Hope you enjoy the rest of your evening. Let's see. Well, this guy's from the N1 Starfighter, but I need to replace his legs. That is definitely not his face. That is Han Kryptonite. Definitely have to do some repair on this guy. So I will repair him before he ever gets displayed, but I might be able to restore him to his past glory. Kellen, what is up? What is up? Welcome back. Glad to see you back in here. All right. And we got 2 Annies. These are very similar, very slightly different. Now this Anakin is older. This one is also from the N1 Starfighter. So I believe, again, that's like 2012, 2013 era. It's a fairly old figure. That was the first Star Wars set I ever got, actually. So this was one of the first Lego figures I ever had. And then this one is actually from the new Sith Inquisitor that I recently bought. So, and then Padme from the gunship, which I was very happy to get this because what's really unique about this is the fact that these clothes are actually from the Clone Wars show, but they don't do the Clone Wars style heads anymore. So it's just the normal head. So that was very cool. Onto Mandalorians, which is one of my favorite sections. Because I have a lot. So I actually do have a custom in here that I did not put with the rest of my customs. It's the only custom that I have kept with me when separating like my cheaper customs out, because I just love how he looks. But I'm not sure where his jetpack was supposed to be in here, but I don't know where his jetpack went. Oh, there it is. Okay. And that's this guy, the Paz Vizsla. This is just such a beautiful figure. I couldn't stand to sell this guy. Like, I just love how he looks. He's got the wrist gauntlets and everything. He's just so beefy compared to a normal figure. So that one makes me very happy. I love this one. Now I do have 2 slightly different variants of him in official. The helmet is just ever so slightly different. This one's a little bit newer. I don't know if there's anything else different. On the helmet, it's barely noticeable. You can just kind of tell, this one, because it's new, obviously, it's more clean, but also the blue on the cheekbone didn't have the black outlines, just little stuff like that. Like, they basically updated it and made it look better. There's now silver on the side of the helmet that wasn't originally there. Thanks. Yeah, I've been collecting for long enough now. Like, it's starting to build up, luckily enough. I love having a variety, I guess, just different stuff to pick from. So, especially when I build mocks and stuff like that. So I got Bo-Katan. I don't have her hairpiece. I do need to get a hold of that. But I know a guy who has her hairpiece, and so I'll get it off of him. And then I've just got a couple of these guys. I've got a couple of the older ones. I actually have another one that it's in one of the other bins of figures. And then I've got this guy from the one Mandalorian Starship, and this guy is so cool. Definitely one of my all-time favorite Mandalorian figures to ever be made. You know, the body, the torso and legs, they're different, but they're nothing special. But this helmet is just unbeatable, man. Like that's amazing. Such a beautiful looking helmet. So I also, now we'll get to the official. We've got the old Mando and then the fully Beskar Mando. We have two of these Mandalorian. We've got the newer Boba Fett, the new Jango Fett, who is amazing. This is one of my favorite figures of the last wave of sets. This figure is just amazing. Like, I can't even begin to describe how much I love this figure. I threw on a set of custom pistols because I thought having the movie accurate pistols would be really nice for the figure. So yeah, that's definitely just a peak figure right there. Definitely excited to have him in the display case. And then yeah, I've got two different of the Super Commando Mandalorians. Now this one has a Clone Army Customs cape on it, so that is an upgrade I will allow. And then I've Gar Saxon, naturally. This figure I did not get until recently. I've been looking at him for a while, so very glad to add that to my collection. Yeah, I also have a liking to Mandalorian. I love Mandalorian, man. They're the best. Clones are my favorite, though. Clones are my favorite. So, Imperial-wise, and this includes all Imperials. This is Remnant Imperials, Zombie Imperials from Ahsoka, any sort of anybody that is related to the Empire. So we have, let's see, we have a couple. We have two officers. This one's official. This one's official too. This one came in the shuttle. So that's nice. And we have this. So we have two pilots. This one's pretty beat up. I think this one was technically, I don't know, that is the Imperial insignia. So yeah, I guess that was supposed to be Imperial. I'm not really sure where I would have gotten a hold of him. I've had him in my collection for a while, so. And this guy has, everything is the pilot, and then I just have one of these helmets from the Shadow Troopers. I wish I had the rest of them. But yeah, I just put that on there until I can get a proper body for him, because those are that's one of those figures that, like, I wish I would have held on to that set. Let's see, I've got Stormtroopers, as one would expect. So right now, I actually sold off some of my Stormtroopers. I'm about to buy some more, but right now I only have these three for basic Stormtroopers. I have these two Scout Troopers. I've got, let's see here, I've got Zombie Troopers. I've got a Snow Trooper. I only have one of these. I used to have a lot more. And again, that was back. I used to trade off all my Imperials, so now I'm starting to want to collect a couple more of them. I've got the Mandalorians, the Mandalorian Stormtroopers, I should say. I've got another officer. This is the Hoth officer. The Praetorian Guards that are from the Mandalorian. And then my favorite, the Heavy Artillery Trooper. This guy's amazing. Most expensive piece. Like a figure, like most expensive figure, because I would have no clue what my most expensive is. If I had to guess, I would have to say probably my Pong Krell. He's up here. Because if I can replace the legs on this figure, the legs are a little bit loose. Now the head is a little scratched, so I'm not sure how much of the value that would take down. I know in perfect condition, he's worth just under $100. I think like $70 to $80. So that one figure alone is pretty expensive. I'm trying to think. I know I have a Phase 1 Commander Cody that's worth probably like $50. I have a Phase 2 Gree that's probably worth $50 to $60. So figure-wise, I've got a couple that go that high, but I don't think I have any that are worth $100 or more that I am aware of. But we will get there. I will eventually buy a really nice one. No, that's just the figures that I have in there. This is kind of my mass storage, but it's not all my figures. So I actually do have to end the stream for tonight. I have to go. But yeah, tonight was just kind of a short one to get back into the groove of things because I took a break over the weekend for all the stuff that's been happening. So yeah, just keep your eye out. I will definitely be streaming again here very soon. Probably jump on tomorrow. I don't have much going on tomorrow. I have some stuff I have to take care of at first, but later in the day I should have a lot of free time. So yeah. All right, well, peace out, guys. Thanks for joining in, and I will catch